just day and night. The longest hour since the free is mine at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner since the free is mine at night. At night.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Iron Chronicles. And it's been a minute because, as fucking always, there've been malfunctions. This time with the roadcaster not working. Take-a-lots being lovely in terms of sorting it out. Although Rode were very efficient in getting it sorted, but we're back, and I've actually waited to do another one just so that you can be the next guest.
Oh, thanks.
Because also, how the fuck have you not been a guest?
Yeah, dude,
You're
I'm
fucking
actually,
roomies, bro.
I'm quite disappointed, to be honest with you, bro.
I'm also disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself.
No,
yeah,
but good things come in due time, man. Good
no,
things
absolutely,
definitely
bro,
come in
absolutely.
due time.
And to be honest with you, I'm kind of in a way glad that we didn't have you on earlier because we're approaching the end of the year, and I was just thinking, I was like, I don't want to fucking speak about my year.
Oh, come on, bro.
My year's been a fucking shit show. But of all the people that I can think of, I know that your year it's definitely come with like stress, and it's definitely come with ups and downs, but I can't think of anybody in our circle who's had like a year where they've leveled up more. There's been a more successful, productive year, bodybuilding wise, career wise, personally, everything.
Yeah, a lot happened. A lot happened. First of all, hope you guys are good. Not surviving, but thriving. And all that good shit.
Oh, I love it, bro. I love it. Bringing Welsh vibes.
Got to, man. Got to. Sorry, your question?
My first experience of you was on a podcast.
I was on Jesse's podcast.
You were on Jesse's podcast, yeah.
Back then. Yeah, man.
How long ago was that?
Ooh. I think probably at the time you saw it was probably 2023 or 4.
Okay.
2023, sorry. Yeah, 2023. Probably because, I joined you. I remember the date actually because it's still on my check-in sheet.
Yeah.
It's on the 11th of November, 2023.
Yeah.
So I still got that date in mind.
Has it almost been 2 years?
Almost been 2 years, bro.
Shit.
It's almost been 2 years. It feels like longer, but at the same time, it feels like time has flown.
Bro, I was literally just going to say, I don't know if it feels longer or shorter.
Yeah.
In some ways, I'm like, I've been friends with you forever.
Yes.
And in other ways, I'm like, no, surely it hasn't been that long.
Because for me, it's like, the time that we lived together, for me, was like 5 years.
Yes. Yeah.
Like 5 years into like 6 months, you know? So,
dude, that whole period of time just feels like forever.
Yeah.
Because I think so much shit happened.
A lot happened.
So much shit happened.
Like a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
But a lot of growth as well.
A lot of good stuff, a lot of shit stuff.
Yeah. If we're being real, yeah.
Like you said, growth, that comes from both, to be fair.
I think you have to go through the shit to grow.
Yeah.
But I think now, going forward from that and coming into this year, I think I set some goals for myself, I guess. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, like when I thought back about it probably about a month ago, or just while I was reflecting on the show and everything, I was like, I've ticked most of my boxes that I set out at the beginning of the year. You know?
Obviously I don't know like intricately what were the exact goals that you laid out for yourself, but I can't imagine that you will have achieved what you have over the course of the last year and not have ticked most of those boxes, if not more.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I really did like surprise myself.
Doesn't surprise me, motherfucker. It doesn't surprise me.
And it was almost like a mental switch of, as dope as it was living with you guys. At the same time, I was like, me being who I am, I was like, I can't. I feel like shit because I'm like, it's hard for me to accept help, I guess. And
yeah, dude.
I think for most people, and in my head, I was like, dude, you cannot carry on like this.
Yeah.
Something has to change. You have to level up at some point, and I'm getting older. Like things are getting real, so I feel like at the beginning of the year was just like all right, cool, let's just see what happens if we go 100%.
Yeah.
And I think
was that a decision that you made, or was that a conscious thought at the beginning of the year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when we got back from Cape Town.
When we got back from Cape Town, I think I even had a few conversations with Fats about it as well. And got back from Cape Town, and I was like, "All right, cool, bro. Stop the bullshit. Let's get on it. Let's see what happens when we actually give 100% all the fucking time."
Yeah.
You know. And I think now I'm sitting here, and I'm like, and I can look back, and I'm like, I'm pretty proud of the year I had.
You should be, man, and it's led to good outcomes. But giving 100% all the time is also like super stressful.
Yeah.
Like good things, you want the good things, and then you achieve them, but you don't think when you're setting those goals and things that you want to tick off. You don't think about all the stress and fatigue and shit that you have to go through in order to get there.
You being a human, really.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a robot can go about their business and complete everything.
Yeah.
But we don't take stress into consideration, fatigue, emotional fluctuations as well. But yeah, dude, essentially it was a thing of, cool, let's just get on it. And me moving out in March was like a moment for me where I was like, shit, we're on the way. Like first box ticked, And I think it came for me, I think it came at the right time and in the right way. Was it the best scenario for me? Of course not. But I feel like I needed it at that time to give me that extra kick, that extra boost. Because it's almost like when you are in, I wouldn't say like fight or flight mode, but when you got to.
I think that's an entirely appropriate way to say it.
Would it be? Yeah.
I think that's an entirely appropriate way to say it.
And I was just like, go. I was pushing at work, and now I'm like, cool, this shit is on me. Now I looked around in my apartment, and you reflect, and I was in tears, and I was like, I was like, this shit's real now. It's all on you, dog.
Yeah, you gotta make it work.
I have to make it work. No one's gonna save me. No one's gonna help me. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's level up now. Let's get going. And I guess that then led to, obviously I had quite a few job interviews as well. And luckily the kid group called me back for a presentation, which I think I did very well in.
I can't imagine you not doing well in a presentation. I think about you. I always said to you from day one that we were friends, or not even day one that we were friends, but like day one from me coaching you, and we ultimately became friends. That your person. Oh, can you also pass me a monster there, like maybe the peach one?
Ooh, I won't be able to reach down there.
So I said to you from day one that your personality always reminded me very much of Fats in like the like happy, bubbly, give other people energy kind of thing,
I think there's very much a similarity between me and Fats. I think that's also why we get along so well. But with me in presentations, I'd say I'm also pretty good at them. But at times I just get in my own way, and my own thoughts just take me on a tangent, and it's like, oh, I don't belong here, oh, I'm fucking up, or and I think recently now I actually had a presentation that I had to do yesterday in front of the execs and top management and everything, and I just focused on it's okay to fuck up.
Yeah.
It's okay to fuck up. If you fuck up, cool. Like most of the time people won't even notice. You're the only person that notices when you fuck up a presentation.
So I'm really interested in speaking about this.
Yeah.
Because I think that most people aren't like that. I don't think most people worry about that kind of stuff, really.
You think so?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I think that truth be told, I didn't even necessarily know that you were like that up until you mentioned it to me the other day. Like, I've always viewed you as reasonably carefree and not... I know that you're introspective and I know that you're self-aware. I've just always viewed you as a little bit less in your own head versus, let's say, myself or Tiens.
Yes,
okay?
Yes, yeah.
Like, I knew that you were maybe more in your own head than Pet, who's just fucking happy all the time. Like, like whatever goes down, he's always happy and smiling and like having a good time. But I I just wonder. I'm wondering more and more where that comes from, because
I know the exact answer. I'm going to tell you. I already know the answer, bro. I think I was carefree to an extent in terms of not giving a fuck and everything. And I'm not going to name the company I was at or anything. I'm not saying it's a bad company either, but when you've been in a not a toxic environment, but maybe in a toxic structure, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that in terms of them putting me down and putting me to the side and everything, that created self-doubt within myself. And then recently, obviously, now that I've been at Kid and now I have to express myself more, it's almost it's become foreign to me to be able to express myself in a professional environment, you know, and the feeling of and the thoughts of, oh, you're going to fuck up, came from the previous company I was at.
Okay.
And I realized, obviously, moving to Kid as well, it's almost like moving into a healthy relationship. You don't realize you fucked up.
That is a fucking great comparison.
Like, it's literally like moving into a new relationship, because it's like, I was like, I'm carrying a lot of shit from that side that I actually needed to, first of all, forgive. You know, to do some self-awareness and self-introspection in terms of, you fucked up there, that wasn't right, you know. And then from there, you know, just growing from there, I guess, and just learning from the experience and not allowing it to hold me back or dwell on it, you know. It was a lot of releasing that I needed to do.
Do you think you have?
I think the last hurdle was doing that presentation yesterday, because, you know, it was a friendly crowd, obviously, but, you know, when you're in front of all your bosses and stuff, it's like,
yes,
it is naturally daunting. And,
yes.
You know, it was actually funny. I saw a podcast. Thank you, Z Querosh. Thank you. From Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
And the breathing technique that she
box breathing.
Yes. That shit got me through that presentation so easily.
I'm doing that 5 times a day now.
Oh, dude.
5 times a fucking day.
It literally chilled me out, and obviously it did go well. And it, like, I guess everyone was happy. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was it was just a good experience overall.
Yeah.
And that was the sign I needed. Like, dude, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can actually do it. You know, there's your proof.
You know, I think if a company's hiring you, at least my expectations would be, they don't think that they're going to hire somebody and get a finished product, because if you were the finished product, then you would be fucking interviewing to be the CEO of the
100%.
company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, anytime that you're hiring somebody, anytime that even if I'm, you know, taking on somebody as an athlete, your expectation is like, you need to guide this person in the right direction so that they grow in the job. You don't expect them to be a finished product. So if you don't allow mistakes, then what you're saying is, I'm not allowing you to learn.
Yeah.
Which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. And I had to unlearn that in terms of, you know, fucking up from where I was from was a big thing, and it's like, you know, it's on your head. And now it was like, you come into an environment where it's like, dude, it's okay.
Yes.
I almost had to be like, dude, I had to tell myself, bro, it's literally okay. Do what you want to do. Say what you want to say.
I mean, I would think it goes even further than that. I would think if you're not making mistakes, it's a fucking problem, because then you're probably not. You're not thinking out the box. You're not going 100%. You're being conservative. It's the same as like when you watch football, and you see a team and you can just see that they're trying not to lose. They're not trying to win.
Yes, no, 100%.
And I would much rather my team loses trying to win, than fucking draw. Yeah. And they haven't actually tried.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know,
100%. And that was the thing with me, because it was like, I'd hold myself back, and then afterwards, if it was a meeting or whatever, beat myself up about it. Like, oh, dude, you should have. This, that, and the other, you know. And yeah, no, 100%, dude. I would rather go full throttle, 100% at it. And then if I fuck up, then it is what it is. Life goes on.
And you can only do that if you're in the right environment.
100%.
Just like if you're in the right relationship.
100%.
You know, your partner can allow you to fuck up.
Yes, yeah.
And it's a learning experience because you're both going to fuck up. And as long as you both learn, then your relationship keeps improving. And if you do that at work, then your career keeps improving.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think like what I learned as well is that a flower doesn't grow in the wrong garden. You know, and I realized I was in the wrong garden. You know, I was definitely in the wrong garden, and now
Didn't you always realize that? Well, not always, but I mean, you knew that for a while.
I knew that for a while. But obviously, with how the job market is in Cyril's economy, you know, trying to find something it's not easy. It's not easy for any one of us.
No,
you know,
for sure.
Color aside, whatever you want, it's difficult for everyone to try to find something. So the fact that I landed this, oh, dude, like the gratitude that I have.
No, dude, that is a fucking. Fats and I were actually talking about it the other day, and I was like, you know, I'm so happy for Velsh that he found this job, and it was so lucky that those like pieces connected or those dots
aligned.
connected.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, it is lucky, but also they're lucky to have found him. And I'm like, yes, that is the beautiful thing, is that it's such a reciprocal thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, thanks to Fats for that. Just by the way.
It's true though.
And yeah, I think I've also come to terms with that who I am is enough, and I belong in the rooms I enter. I belong in the conversations that I talk in, and that also took a lot of time to get over. Obviously, from the previous experience. So now coming into this, I'm like, I am good enough to be here. I'm here for a reason. You know, I'm a part of something.
Yeah.
You know, something good going forward. You know.
Do you have that about other things outside of work in your career? No.
Just professionally.
Okay.
I think because professionally, at that point, obviously not now. At that point, I didn't know exactly where I was going or what I wanted to do. I was just doing to put food on the table.
Yeah.
For bodybuilding. Really.
Yeah.
For the food and everything. So I feel like now that I think in all my other areas, I know myself pretty well, and I have confidence in myself in those areas. Professionally, I did it.
Okay.
Professionally, I didn't. I was always saying I didn't know, even before I started working, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to be, but I knew I was just going to take a step here, take a step here, take a step there. And I think, obviously, with me doing that, I didn't have a clear line of sight of what exactly I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Me coming to Kid now, that line of sight is clear. You know, that line of sight.
You're locked in on it.
I'm locked in here.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. I'm just like seeing Instagram photos of like you with just like 10 old white guys on the golf course, but you look like you're in your fucking element.
Yeah. No, 100%, dude.
That's great.
No, it's been awesome, man. Like the stuff that they do at Kid, it's heartwarming. Very much heartwarming. It's like
It seems that way. It seems like a very like family vibe.
very family vibe, very people orientated, all about people, you know. And like sometimes I won't need to go to the office, but I want to go to the office just to see, you know what I mean?
Just to see the people, yeah.
Just to see the people, you know. So yeah, dude, it really is been such a good and such a catalyst for growth and just self-improvement and just general happiness. Like obviously, yes, there's pressure. Yes, at the end of the day, I've got to bring the money in at the end of the day. But you know that goal, they don't put like a fire up your ass. Like go do this, go do. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, we're here to guide you. We're here to help you. It's one team working towards one common goal. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, you know, obviously coming from a sales background myself, I feel like if you're a sales manager or you're managing salespeople and you're having to, like you said, light a fire under them to get them to reach their targets, then you've hired the wrong people. Salespeople should be self-motivated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
100%.
100%. And I love that about Kid, because I think a lot of companies off the mark will put that fire up your ass. You know? But at Kid, it's like, and I remember Chris telling me this. He's like, I'm not managing you. I manage your number.
Yeah.
You manage yourself. You know, and that like ever since he said that, I was just like, dude, relax. You know what you got to do.
Yeah,
just
do it.
Just
do
go and
it.
do it.
Yeah.
You know? So they've really made my job and my life a lot easier. You know. Yeah,
So you were. When did you start that job?
So I started that. I got it June-ish. I think. I got first end of June.
End of June. You started beginning of July or beginning of August?
Beginning of July.
Beginning of July. Okay.
Beginning of July. So no, sorry, probably mid-June rather.
Okay.
Mid-June, yeah.
So you were basically this year. You were on prep. You were looking for a new job. Found a new job.
Yeah.
And we're in a reasonably new relationship as well.
Yeah.
So basically, three of the I guess the best, most rewarding things, but also three of potentially the most stressful things were all happening at the same time.
At the same time, yeah. I think, the relationship obviously not obviously now, but that's been a definite the highlight of my year.
I can imagine, bro, because I remember going to Cape Town, and me and Fat knowing that Danny was coming, and you guys weren't like officially together yet or anything.
No, no one knew. No one knew.
Yes. Yeah.
That point in time, besides Fat sticking her head out the window, and her telling me, "Why was Danny's face right here?"
Is that what she said?
That's what she said. I'll never forget it, man.
So that night, obviously, it was Christmas.
That was Christmas, yeah.
Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
Christmas Day.
Was it Christmas Day? Okay,
Christmas Day, yeah.
So Christmas Day, and you guys, you and Fast decided that you wanted to drink wine, and I was like, we're going to Cape Town tomorrow, and we're going to music festivals, and we're going to wine. I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
So I went to sleep at 9 p.m. and you guys stayed up until whenever.
Yeah, we stayed up.
So the next morning when I woke up and Fats was like, I have to tell you something. And I was like, what? She's like, I went to the bathroom last night when I came upstairs to go to bed, and I looked out the window and I saw something.
Yeah.
So you the year definitely started on a great note.
Yeah.
What was the kind of the most challenging aspect about? Because, dude, I've thought about this. I've thought about this a lot, and I thought about it a lot in your prep, because as your coach, I can't go for an athlete.
Yeah.
For an athlete that's competed many times, been competing for a long time, and is already at a high level. I can't go, oh well, he's also got this going on in his life, so I'm going to take it easy on him. But I also have to take in consideration that you're having a lot of balls to juggle.
Yeah.
What did you find most challenging in terms of the prep and the relationship and the new job all at the same time? Did you even consider, whoa, this is a lot to be dealing with at once? Because I don't think you did.
No, I didn't, bro. I think now that I think about it and look back, I'm like, oh shit, that was a lot of food on your plate, bro.
Yeah.
At the same time, and I think Danny was integral to me getting through that. And shout out to her patience and her understanding and her care, because being on prep and starting a new relationship, 0 out of 10 wouldn't recommend.
Dude, bro, I literally.
I'm happy now. I'm not saying I wasn't happy then.
Yes,
but it's fucking hard, bro.
Bro, I have an Instagram
difficult.
reel on my feed, on my page that I put up that said it was talking about relationships and prep, just generally being in a relationship and being on prep. And the one thing that I said is just don't get into a new relationship when you're in prep.
Yeah, no, 0 out of 10 would not recommend, bro.
Bro, that shit is rough.
It was rough in terms of obviously being on prep. You're not eating as much as you want, obviously. So the mood fluctuations. Yes, I've been through multiple preps at this point, but energy is energy, and you've only got so much.
Yeah, you're hungry, you're tired, you're stressed, you're fucked.
Exactly. So I think during that time, I was also quite in my head a lot, knowing very well that whoever I am now sets a precedent going forward.
Fuck. Yeah, that's actually a lot of pressure. if I think about that.
Yeah. So I mean, it was
who I am now during my most I want to say depressed, but my most
the lowest
energy, my probably just not what is representative of your actual personality.
Yes.
That's setting the tone for the rest of the relationship. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and
Do you think she viewed it that way though? Because she's an athlete though.
she's an
So she
athlete.
must
I think-
understand.
I think that's where the understanding
Okay.
and the patience came from. Because yes, as much as I'm a happy dappy person, I'm also a little bit of a dickhead. I'm a little bit of an asshole. I'll say it.
Anyone worth being friends with has to be able to be a little bit of an asshole sometimes.
yeah. And I think Danny's understanding of having been through a prep was also probably very important, because I think a lot of the times, if like I wouldn't lash out, but I'll just be moody. I go quiet. I just go very quiet, and sometimes my answers may be a little bit short, or maybe I misinterpret tone.
Yes.
And then I go into my shell because I feel like you didn't talk to me in the right way with it.
I got you, bro. I do the same shit, and I don't even need to be on prep to do that.
You know what I mean, bro? And I think me noticing those things and me being the level of self-awareness I had to have. Oh, dude, I think without that as well, I wouldn't have been able to grow as a person throughout that, because I felt myself not only leveling up in terms of the new job and everything, and being in a new realm in terms of bodybuilding, just myself as a person, I was also leveling up, and noticing things about myself from my past.
That was very noticeable, by the way.
And I noticed things. I was like, oh shit! Now when she does this, that's from that. When you react, it's like that's from that shit, And it's like, oh fuck, okay, you can't be doing that, And I also realized that I had to lead with a bit of grace, and that's something that I've not mastered now, but come to terms with properly now. Back then, it was a fluctuation. Obviously, I wasn't fully grasping that concept.
Yeah. Bro, that's a lot. That's a lot to have on your plate.
Here, there, and everywhere, because a lot was just happening, bro. A lot was just happening. But dude, shout out to Danny, man. Danny was so understanding, so patient.
That's awesome.
Do
you think she was forecasting and going, I better be fucking understanding and patient because he's gonna have to do this for me the next time I'm on prep?
Yeah.
Have you spoken about that?
I mean, yes. No, obviously we have spoken about it, but I think even at that point, because we came from a friendship foundation.
Yes.
We just both genuinely cared about each other. So I think with that friendship that we had already built, and just us hanging out, just like throughout December, before we actually got together, we were just literally
chilling,
just blomming, chilling, watching shits and gigs, or I'd be watching and you know what I mean. And that's the moment I realized, like, oh shit, I can fuck with this person.
Yeah,
the moment I don't want you to go home.
Yes,
I'm like, oh shit, you're actually dope.
That's a good indication. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I think the love was already there. So it was like that made it a lot easier.
Danny's been one of the more surprising people to me, because when I met her, I was like, this girl's going to be an insane athlete. But just first impressions, I was like, okay, she's probably going to be like quite conservative Afrikaans girl, like whatever. I didn't anticipate that she was going to become like such a core member of also our friendship group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She is not what she seems upon first meeting her.
No, she's
or
not.
maybe a little bit more now.
A little bit more now, but
I think now she's like, I'm just be myself.
She's definitely a lot more comfortable now. We've spoken about it actually, and for her, it takes her a while to get comfortable with people.
Yeah.
She's very much the opposite of me. I'm extroverted, and I don't mind talking to people. Where for her, she'll be like, "Oh, who's gonna be there?"
Yes.
So very introverted, and I think we balance each other out so well.
I was just gonna say, it's always those kinds of relationships that seem to really work. If I think about it, like some of my best friends in the world, you very opposite personality to me, but similar to Fats.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pet, very opposite personality to me, but I'm a little bit more similar to TK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel
a little bit more introverted, maybe not quite as, can maybe even sometimes come across a little bit abrasive because we're not as outgoing or whatever the case is. The only I was actually saying to Fats the other day, the only like really, really close friend of mine that I feel is weirdly this very similar personality to me is Tians.
Yeah.
I've always had friendships with guys that aren't like me, because I've always thought if I had to be friends with another guy like me, there would be no conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, 100%. No, I feel you, bro. I feel you. But like with Danny, it's like I see it also coming out slowly but surely.
Oh, yeah.
In the group, and it's like I wish you guys can see the Danny that I see. Because
Listen, I've definitely seen part of it because she's definitely come out of her shell.
No, 100%.
But I'd love to see what you see.
No, 100%. No, she's just an all-around dope-ass human being, bro.
No, dude, she is. There's no doubting it. And fuck, what an athlete, bro. What a fucking athlete.
Bro.
TK hooked me up there, dude.
Yeah, nah, shout out. Hey, TK, you hooked me up there, dog.
I just made a comment the one day, and I was like, guys, why do I not have any like really good wellness athletes? I want a really good wellness athlete. And TK was just like, let me cook for a second. And then like literally the next week, she's like, I found this girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then she introduced me to her, and I was like, how long have you been training? No, like 6 months.
Yeah.
And you're natural. Yeah. I was like, fuck.
Gem.
Okay. Yeah.
Gem. Bro, I think, me getting closer and closer to her and me being where we're at, I don't think, like professionally speaking, I don't think I have seen a woman grow that much in that short space of time.
It's fucking crazy.
The amount of muscle that she built. Dude, obviously she lives in Pretoria, I'm in Joburg. So, we mostly see each other on weekends.
Yeah.
There's been times where I look at her, I'm like, a week after I've seen her, I'm like, no, man. Why are you bigger, noticeably bigger? It's crazy.
It was. I actually made a joke about the fats, and I was like, every time I see Danny, it's like Fendi. It's like seeing this little puppy grow into this jack dog, and I'm like, and it happens so quickly. It's like every week, you can visually see a difference.
Yeah. Now listen, how meticulous.
It's mad. It's madness, dude.
How meticulous she is. How like on lock she is. Like locked in she is in with bodybuilding. Oh, dude, it explains itself.
She seems like she would be like that with anything that she does, though.
Yeah, no, she is.
She got that kind of personality.
Her being so locked in most of the time has helped me lock in. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck, if she's doing that, my boy, you can't be chilling, bro. If she's locked in and she's got the job and
she's like
meal prepping,
fucking squatting 200 kilograms or something, like, oh fuck, I can't just send it in today.
I can't just chill. Now I got to do 2 or 5. You know what I mean? So it's honestly a lot of my growth in performance wise has been due to her, just because of how she is naturally.
And it was so cool for me as a coach to be able to take her through everything, because think about the number of times that you get to take on somebody with that potential, but like fresh.
Yeah.
Not having been coached before, not having any like bad habits or preconceived notions of what works and what doesn't work, and
just a blank canvas.
A complete blank canvas. So you start from day one doing everything right.
Yeah.
It was fucking cool.
Yeah. Now listen,
what still is fucking cool.
The sky's the limit for her. I think
Oh, yes.
I was speaking to Pets about it, and we both agreed. We were like, out of everyone, she's ahead.
Probably.
Let me say her ceiling is higher.
Her ceiling is high because she's young. She's not been doing it for long.
Yeah.
She's done everything right now from day one. And
fits the category to a T.
Yeah, like just
literally to a T.
Yeah, just fits genetically perfect for it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's crazy,
100%.
man.
No, phenomenal find there. Yeah, no, TK did a number on you there, man. I won't lie, TK pulled it through.
TK, I'm looking for
Nah, shout out to TK, bro.
Yeah,
shout
dude.
out to TK. But yeah, dude, yeah, that's been, I think, yeah, Danny has been a huge contributor to where I am now, for sure.
That's awesome to hear. So let's talk about your prep.
Okay.
Let's talk about your prep, because like I said, it's not like you joined the team as like a novice or a newbie. When you came to me, how many shows had you already done?
So this year I did show 20 and 21. So I'd done
My God.
yeah, I'd done 19 shows by the time I joined you, bro.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And that was across IFBB, NPC.
Started at NABA when it was still.
Oh my God, yeah.
I go back then, yeah, dude. Shit, wow, NABA. So I started at NABA. That was my first show. Then
NABA does still exist, doesn't it?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I haven't seen their pages.
I feel like it does. I think I've seen something, but it's like small little shows
Small
or something.
shows, yeah. So I started at NABA. I did the IFBB. I did the IBFF before this one. I've done the IBFF before. That was while I was still with Mad Scientist. And then obviously 2018 came and that first Muscle Militia at the Dome.
Yes.
And that's when they first introduced...
Muscle Militia at the Dome.
Yeah, that was in 2018.
At the fucking Dome.
At the Dome, yeah.
That is a huge venue.
Yeah, dude. I remember it was a whole expo.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole expo. I remember it perfectly because that was a prep. Deer and I prepped together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a very like I remember that prep perfectly because that was my first prep with Warren, and Deeren was also going to do I think he was doing his first show as well.
Shit. Okay.
So it was like we were just going through it together. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So I went obviously NPC there, and then now I'm in PCA. I've been with PCA for the last 3 years now.
PCA are fucking knocking it out of the park, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. What a fucking federation,
Bro, I think in terms of organization, care for the athletes,
managing time, being very clear and being very clear about the standards for each category, and then
100%.
holding people to those standards.
100%.
I saw on a couple of occasions. I don't think it was at your show. I think it was the nationals that Richard did.
Yeah.
Where you see a lineup, and it was in the female divisions, and you see a lineup where, let's say, the requirements are to be a little bit softer, and you see that one girl on stage that clearly has the better physique.
Yeah.
But you go, in another federation, I know they would give it to her, even though it's not. It's contravening the standards of this, and they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. They don't break their own standards,
Yeah, and
which I really like.
Yeah, and they're consistent with it.
Yeah.
They're consistent with it. And I think I like the way they even tell you about the category before they give out awards or before the athletes come out, just to give everyone an indication of what to look for.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I think in terms of how PCA shows are run, how they're done, from the experience that I have, yes, I may be young, but going back 10 years, PCA at this point in time is a blueprint of how a show should be run.
I think so too. I mean, it's only now been 3 of their shows that I've attended. So it was yours, and then it was the 2.
I mean, the one show Richard did, I think that was in the Cape.
The one show that Richard did was in the Cape, so maybe it was only 2 that I attended.
Yeah.
Both of them were like exceptionally run.
Yeah.
And finished actually earlier than what I expected it to.
Yeah.
Which is remarkable.
Yeah.
And
give the athletes time to go chow afterwards, Like, imagine stepping off stage and everything's closed.
Everything's closed. You just have to like go home and go to sleep and wait for the next morning. Yeah.
So they run their shows really well.
Yeah. So obviously taking somebody like you on in a way is quite a lot of pressure, because you're not going to be continuing to compete unless you're going to get results, and you're not going to if you're going to get better results.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first challenge was, because the gist that I got from you in that initial meeting we had, and then I think I got it more clearly the more we spoke, was that you never really had an improvement phase.
No.
Not a real one.
It
was like you were in off season.
Yes.
So you were kind of just like
a gap between shows, bro.
A gap between shows, which means that you were like eating shit and partying, and you didn't really have a you weren't really following a plan.
No, I mean, listen, there was a plan, but at that point, I didn't have the right mentality to an off season, so I view the plan as more of a guideline. But yeah, I never had a proper improvement season, and I had to almost get to terms and adjust to the fact that I cannot I cannot come in here with the bad habits that I carried before. So to try drop those habits actually took me maybe a few months just to be like, yo, dog, you're gonna have to listen to this guy because number one, he sponsored you. Number two, he's fucking good. And number three, don't be an asshole.
And you see that's the thing as well, is that like I think it becomes clear very, very quickly that I will hold you to those standards.
Yeah. No, 100%.
I'll hold you to those standards. And I've had a number of really, really good local athletes.
Yeah.
And, they'll come up to me at a show and they'll be like, I really want to be coached by you, but I don't feel like I'm ready for it because I know that I fuck around.
Yeah.
I know that I fuck around, and I know that you're going to call me out on it.
Yeah.
I see what you do, and I'm like, the awesome thing about it is that you just, I didn't see the gap that you were talking about, like taking a couple of months to get up to speed. For me, you were
more internal.
You were executing from day one.
From day one, yeah. Now for me, it's like you came at the right time because at that point in time when you came in, I was contemplating not quitting the sport, but taking a break from the sport.
Yeah.
And just finding my love for training and just bodybuilding in general, And then when you came along and I saw your stuff and I saw how you do things, I was like, no, I can't take over. I can't quit.
Would have been a fucking travesty, bro.
Because it was like
you're too good of an athlete. When Manya, because you came onto my radar because of Manya when Flex was training with him.
Yeah, Manya.
And we're taking Fendi there now.
Oh,
she's starting next week because obviously it's like a very different dynamic to why we were taking Flex to him.
Yeah.
But Fendi is I think because she came from a big litter.
Yeah.
And then she was used to all the other puppies around her, and then she came to our place and she had Flex.
Yeah.
She's very tactile, so she wants to be touched constantly.
Oh yeah.
So when we're like sleeping at night, she wants to be on you.
Yes.
And if I tell her go to the bottom of the bed, she has a fucking mental break, like a panic attack.
Yeah.
If unless I'm telling her, oh, you're so beautiful, I love you. Unless I do that, she has a fucking panic attack and she thinks the world is ending.
Yeah.
And she literally shivers and then she goes and she sits in the corner and she faces the wall. Just manipulative shit. But
beautiful dog though.
Yeah,
beautiful
so we were taking her, but he was the one that said to me, I have this friend and I really, really think that you should coach him. And I was like, is he an athlete? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, what's his name? So he told me, and I was like, in my head, I was like, if this guy was as good as you're saying, I definitely would have known him by now, would have known his name. So I pulled up your Instagram page and I was like, how the fuck do I not know this guy?
Thanks, bro.
How the fuck do I not know this guy?
Yeah, I won't lie. It was also like, with how good you were, I was like, dude, how the fuck haven't our paths crossed?
It's weird, eh?
It's very weird because when I say I didn't know about you, like I didn't know you breathed oxygen. I didn't know you.
Me also, bro. I didn't know.
You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. I mean, when you came up to me at gym, obviously I remember I greeted you.
Yeah.
And then you came up to me at gym. And I was like, what? And then you were like, bro, I want to take you on as an athlete. I was like, in my head, I was like, but I got. I was like, okay, I'm not quitting. I'm not kidding. And that was the sign that like, okay, cool. This is the exact standard that I wanted in terms of, because I mean, like I've moved around coaches and I'm not saying I'm a coach whore or anything. But
no, you haven't moved around that much.
That much. I mean, I spend at least 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
At the minimum.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, dude, you just came at the right time, bro. You literally came at the right time.
So it's so interesting that you didn't know who I was. I didn't know who you were, even though it's a fucking small industry. It's not like I wouldn't even say we kept different circles because I knew people that you knew that you were friends with. I knew Jesse. I knew Kieran.
Yes.
There are lots of people that I knew. Somehow I didn't know you. Fats has this theory because we grew up both in Edenvale. I used to work at the video store that you used to rent videos at when we were teenagers. We used to hang out at the same places. We had a lot of, I wouldn't say the same friends, but the same social circles and acquaintances, people that we both hung out with that that somehow knew both of us, but we never met. And she was like, maybe it was a thing of if we had met earlier, then this wouldn't have worked out. This wouldn't have happened. Maybe if we had met earlier,
it wouldn't have
worked out because not only has it become such a great client-coach relationship, but it's become one of the best friendships ever.
Yeah, no, 100%.
fucking family, dude.
Yeah, no, literally family, bro. So I think it's all in the timing, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like that divine timing.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's a real thing, dog. It's a real thing because I feel like maybe at that point in time in our lives, we needed to be the people we needed to be to connect the way that we connected.
Yes.
I hope that made sense.
No, it made complete sense.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel like it was that way almost with everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
how everyone's come
you,
together. Yeah.
Danny, Hanley, Pet, like Wandy, Tians, everyone. It just seemed like there was this time in life where we all needed one another in different ways, and somehow we all got connected.
Yeah. No, it's literally been such a beautiful thing, bro. Really.
I mean, you and D used to talk shit about Pets and be like, that motherfucker's not natural, please.
Yeah. Yo, we used to roast this guy like via Instagram. Like, look at this guy, dog. Look at Natty. I was like, come on, dog. We used to laugh about it. Now I was like, I saw him and I was like, okay, so you were natural. like shit.
And T said the same thing. He said before he actually met Pets, he said it was like a few weeks or months before he joined the team. And he was saying to Nicola, he was looking at Pet's Instagram and he was like, I could fucking beat this guy. He's not that good.
I saw that on the podcast.
And then
I saw that.
And then he saw him in person. He was like, no, I can't beat that guy. I
can't beat him.
Not yet.
But yeah, I think, moving to you, I knew I needed to execute. I was like, you lit the fire back up. I was like, this guy can take me to where I want to go. Because at that point in time, I looked around. I mean, I've been in the industry for a while. I looked at the other coaches. I was like, I don't have a burning need or desire to join someone new, And when you came along, I was like, shit, there it is.
Yeah, because I mean, who would like take you to the next level? You would have to go, all right, listen, I'm financially ready to commit to paying a fucking high level international coach, like fucking $500 a month.
Yeah.
Which is crazy for anyone.
Yeah.
So I understand. I understood the position that you were in, and it was like you either need to get taken to that next level because you're not a beginner, you're not a novice, you're not going to be making newbie gains.
Yeah.
The progress that we're going to be making is going to be hard fought because you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to get that, why the fuck would you continue doing it? Because then it's not adding value to your life. It's taking away from it.
100%. I also viewed it like a time thing.
Yeah.
I don't have time to start from scratch. I'm like 28 now, so it's like I've been the youngster. And it's also like growing up and like realizing like, hey, dog.
Oh, I'm not the youngster anymore.
I'm not the youngster anymore. There's other people coming up. So I'm like, no, it's not do or die, but like, dude, you need to level up.
Yeah, you need to know that every time you get on stage, you're better.
Yeah, and it was like it's either we do this properly now or we don't do it at all. So yeah, basically throughout that off season, I think we made some good gains.
We did. We definitely did. This one is going to be a lot better though.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm like sitting at like 79,
yes.
79, 80 kilos, and I'm
much leaner.
I'm still okay. I can still breathe going up the stairs.
But didn't I say that to you all along during your last off season? I was like, this is good, and I'm glad, but I want an off season with you from a prep.
From a prep, yeah. No, this going into this off season now, what I'm seeing now, like in terms of what I see in the mirror and on the scale, it's still I'm still coming to terms with it because as I said, like at this weight, I'm chubs.
Yeah.
Like I've got some,
Yeah.
start saying the underwear, you're forcing it out, so yeah, no.
It's not like that now though.
No, it's not.
You're much leaner.
Much leaner, bro. Much leaner. So yeah,
and it's also coming a lot easier.
Yes.
Like if you think where your food is now
Yeah.
It's nowhere near where we had to take your food in the previous off season to get to the same body weight.
And I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm at this food now, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
No more, please. I'm good. And I'm thinking about the food I was shoveling down back then. I'm
Yeah.
like, I think about it now, I'm like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I can't. I can't, bro. I can't, man. But yeah, dude, we had a good off season. And then, you know, the concept of a whole pre-prep phase was completely new and foreign to me. And then, yeah, heading into the prep. To be honest, the prep for the IBFF show, for me, that was not difficult because I hadn't pushed past the point where my limit was. That was relatively...
You hadn't pushed past the point that you had gotten before.
I was comfortable.
Yeah.
I was very much comfortable in that prep. It went smoothly as well. I think the changes that I was also... Listen, best I've ever looked, obviously, as well. But
In my opinion, not in my opinion, I think in a lot of people's opinion, you still sort of won that show.
Yeah,
I mean, that's obviously no like disrespect to Richard. I mean,
Yeah.
because Richard competed against you in that show.
Yeah.
But I think he's also embraced the fact that like he's a bodybuilder.
bodybuilder.
So he's embraced the fact that like, okay, now I just need to put on the size.
Yeah, I see Richard like cleaning up 212, bro.
Dude,
Like,
yes.
I see that,
Bro.
because he's heavy as well. I
Dude,
didn't realize he stepped on stage at the IBFF show.
He's dense, bro.
He was 10 kilos heavier than me.
Yeah,
dude. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Dude,
what are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly. Richard's just got that structure where I'm like, why would you even try and do anything else, bro?
Yeah.
You are what you are, and you're fucking good at it. So just
Yeah.
embrace that. Just become more of what you already are. It was like, dude, this like last year was great because obviously I got to see like Andrew competed, and it was great to see like he was like, you know, brought insane condition.
Yeah.
And obviously Han and Danica competed, and that was great to see because it was, you know, Danny's like first and second show ever. It was Han's like I think second and third ever, and
yes,
obviously first with me.
Yeah.
But this year has been cool because it was all of you guys, you, Tians,
And
Pets, that were all in your off seasons last year, and fucking just coming into it and doing so well.
Yeah.
It really, hopefully, what I was hoping that this would happen because it has shown a lot of people that don't take off season seriously.
Yeah.
And I hear it all the time from people that I've taken on recently, where it's like, oh yeah, no, the coach that I was with before just kind of told me to do my own thing in the off season.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's when you actually make progress.
Yeah, no,
Your
100%.
body's not going to change unless you're doing that correctly. How is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, like 9 years in, that's the only real time I realized, like, hey, dog, off season is basically, you almost have to treat it like a prep, bro.
Yes.
You know, you like obviously not 100% a prep, but at least, you know, I think you said leave about 20 to 30% in the tank.
Yes.
You know, no, you have to be meticulous with it. Otherwise, that time you can't get it back, bro.
You can't get it back. And I mean, you're not going to grow in prep, or
No.
at least you can't bank on it.
No, you can't bank on
You
it.
can't bank on growing in prep.
No.
You know,
You can't, man.
It's like I think people compare it to other sports where it's like, oh, your off season is you're chilling and relaxing, whatever the case is. But in reality, the off season for bodybuilders is more like in season for other sports, but it's your training.
It's your training, yeah.
It's your training, and that's where you're getting better and you're working on the skills, and that's where you're actually improving your game. And then the prep itself is like the big match.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
show day is not the match. Show day is just the fucking ceremony, pageant, whatever.
Cup final.
Yeah.
You've done all the work to get there. Now you're in the cup final. Now you just got to play that 90 minutes and win the game.
A football player is not going to. You're not trying to improve your skills or your tactical acumen in a match.
No,
you're improving it in training.
In
Off
training.
season is your training.
It's the training basically. But yeah, bro. Obviously, you know, coming into that prep, like I saw the gains like week on week, and I was like, oh god, what the fuck? Oh, a line here, feathering here. I was like, oh, goddamn boy, you know.
And you were cruising.
Oh, I was cruising at that point. So I mean, that show was. I mean, I had fun. Listen, I had the most fun. I've never felt that good on stage. I will tell you that. In terms of how you peaked me, that 2 week week, that was also completely foreign. I'm so used to coaches pulling back and holding back because they don't want me to spill.
Yeah.
And I'll only carb up on the Thursday or Friday. With you, I was like, 14 days before the fucking show, we eating like 300, 400 grams of carb. I was like, brother, are you okay? But how we did that peak, bro, I have never felt so good on stage, bro. Never felt so good. And I remember coming off stage with my third place. I'm busy laughing and smiling.
Yeah.
And I check your face. I'm like, bro,
I was mad about it, bro.
Yeah.
I was mad about it.
Yeah,
but
and as you said, bro, like all respect to the other athletes, respect to Clint and Richard, but in terms of what the category is and what it outlines, I feel like I fitted the category better than the others.
yeah, dude,
In terms of physique wise.
Exactly, that's the thing, and I'm hoping that, like, you know, Clint would. I'm hoping that he would never take me saying that as a negative thing towards him.
No,
because I think he's fucking sensational.
No, he's a phenomenal athlete.
I think he's fucking sensational.
Phenomenal athlete.
I just think that, like, he would be better in a different category.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, if I'm like when we were watching the Olympia, okay, even at the biggest show in the world, there's some guys that are standing on there, and I'm like, you look fucking crazy, and you're an insane athlete, but I just because you're making a weight cap, I don't see you as classic.
Yes. No, 100%.
You know what I mean? Who's the guy that fucking he's like Spanish or something like that?
The guy who plays fourth.
Yes.
Jose Munoz.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I look at that guy, I'm like, bro, like, go to 212.
Okay, no,
because you're
a lot bigger than 212. I think you have to go open.
No, but you understand. You understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just like you look more like a bodybuilder, and just because you can make a weight cap doesn't mean that you fit the category, and that also doesn't mean that it diminishes anything about what you are as an athlete.
Yes,
like he is fucking unbelievable.
That's the most conditioned classic physique athlete,
dude. Holy shit,
on the planet. I don't think I've ever seen conditioning like that in my life.
I could say,
so young.
I could say something very similar about Clint at a more local level.
Yes.
I was like, dude, this guy's conditioning is unfucking believable.
Now, out-conditioned me, and listen, I don't get out-conditioned very often.
No, bro.
Hands down, I was out-conditioned. Like,
yeah, no, he's just got that. He has the same thing that Andrew has.
Yes, that thin.
Whereas, like, you
skin.
could test like somebody's body fat. You could test yours and test his, and it would tell you that it's the same. But there's just something. There's something about a guy like that and a guy like Andrew where it's like do you even have skin?
Yeah.
Like what is it, just muscle and skeleton?
Yeah, basically. He was in hectic.
Oh, he was peeled, bro.
From what I saw.
I looked and it was very, very obvious who the top three were going to be.
Yeah.
Because, there is definitely a point where it's not just about the criteria, it's also like, okay, well, the other guys, you can't even consider them because they're just don't have enough muscle, don't have anything.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it is very obvious who the top three were.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this and I was going, okay, Clint is like just ungodly shredded.
Yeah.
Richard is looking super full and round and bubbly and muscular like a bodybuilder. But I'm like, Velsh has enough of all of those, and has a small waist, the X frame, the V taper, that very classic frame. So it was nothing against Clint, and it was nothing against Richard, and it was nothing like in terms of a bias towards you. I was just like, this is classic.
Yeah.
So if you see somebody that fits that criteria and they have enough muscularity, enough condition, they should the balance of everything they should win.
Yeah. I mean, I checked the photos afterward, and I was like, I can't even. And I love how Sean Clarita said it in terms of him answering the question of if Keon and him have beef or whatever. It's like, dude, why would I have beef with him? Because the judges think he won. You know what I mean? So it was like, it's not like I wasn't even mad. I can't even be mad at Clinton because it's like he doesn't make the decision to win.
Yeah.
You know, it's the judges that do it. So
He just showed up there and brought his best fucking package.
Exactly. So I saw the photos and, you know, was I pissed off? Yes, I was, because it was like, it felt like I was robbed of my first win. And that has happened often before. So I was like, oh shit, here we go again. But I think at the same time, that fired me up for that PCA prep, man.
Oh yeah.
Like after that show, I was like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. I want my name to be called out last, you know?
Yeah, and listen, I mean, I knew, well, I mean, we both knew from day one that the PCA show was like your primary focus.
No, 100%.
So I was like, the whole game plan in my head was like, because I'd taken you through that mini cut, I was like, I know that you're going to be, just because of your structure and your metabolism, like for somebody your size, you have to eat a lot of fucking food to mass.
Yes.
And you actually get lean on still pretty significant amounts of food.
Yeah.
Like a lot more than I do. And I outweigh you by a good like 20 kilograms or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
So my whole game plan was like, okay, I know that I'm going to get you into this IBFF show in really good shape with minimal stretch.
Yeah.
So let's reserve that big push for the PCA show.
Yeah.
I don't want to fatigue you and run you into the ground before the main one.
Yeah.
But I think as it so happened, you maybe weren't expecting how significant that next push would be.
Yeah.
And you also got the job.
Yeah.
At around about that same time.
Yeah, so 2 weeks before the actual PCA show, I'd started the new job. So, and I think, obviously we went into that prep, into the next phase of things, you know, I was locked in, you know, and I think things were really easy in the first 2-3 weeks after that show because I was basically getting off-boarded that side and doing handovers. So, you know, there wasn't much importance of the work that I was doing, you know, so, you know, I could really focus on the prep. By the time the new job came, you know, it was such a nice environment. It was so good. You know, everyone's so lovely and welcoming, and you know, just a very good environment to be in. That I think you told me this. I didn't realize how stressful it is going into a new environment, and with me going so hard with the prep and me thinking and giving 100% in every moment. Now I'm at work and giving 100% there. That burnout, that meltdown, whatever I had a meltdown, guys. After 10 years, I had a meltdown. Yeah. And
brother, you've never gotten, you can never say that you've gotten into the best possible condition that you can unless you've had a meltdown.
Yeah, I've seen that now. I had that meltdown, bro. And I've never felt so low. I've never felt so weak. Like, I remember I was in the gym and I think I did a few exercises with Chris and he moved on with his session. Yeah. And then now I'm on my ace and I'm doing flies. And, you know, I'm going on my normal. Obviously, I can check on Kahuna's what weight I did before. I'm like, cool, do the weight. Try to do the weight before. It's not moving.
Not moving.
Okay. Do the weight again.
Not moving.
It's not moving. Now I'm like in tears. I've got no energy. I called Danny. I was like, Danny, I can't lift this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm tired. I can't anymore. I put this shit on like almost the lowest weight. And I'm just like, she's helping me through it over the phone. She's helping me through it. And my legs are shaking. I move, drop the phone with her. And now I'm trying to do triceps and the same thing. It's just, it's not moving at such a light weight. That's when I was like, yeah, nah, Doug. You're going to have to almost accept defeat now. And that's when I called you. Yeah. And you were literally like, dude, go home.
Yeah. Dude, it was, you know, I have not competed as much as you have, but obviously I've worked with a lot of very good high level coaches, and you know, you hear about this stuff in theory, but you know, seeing it play out in practice is entirely different, and John Jewett in J3U, like when he's speaking about contest prep and the whole thing, I think one of the ways that he starts it out is he says contest prep. He's like it's not complicated to get somebody lean. Yeah. Because a deficit is a deficit, and if somebody sticks to it, it'll work. The complexity around contest prep is about managing fatigue.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're dealing with a high level athlete, the mindset is always going to be push, 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 push. You're tired, push through it. That's the mentality of the fucking, bodybuilder. I'm tough or whatever.
Yeah.
And you hear that, and you're like, okay, cool, that makes sense. And then I was in prep. And I remember you coming over to our house the night that I had a fucking emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
And when I checked in with Luke the following Monday or whatever, he was like, okay, this is what's happening. He's like, this is what you're going to do. Reduce your steps. You're going to only train 3 days per week.
Yeah.
Your sessions are going to be like 30 minutes long. It's going to be 2 working sets, 3 to 4 reps short of failure for every single movement. And obviously I was like, oh, but I'm gonna lose muscle. And of course, that's not what happened. It's like within a week, I dropped like fucking 3 kilograms.
Yeah.
I was vascular, I was shredded, I was full, and I was feeling good again.
Yeah.
So then you see it, and that's why I think it is important for a coach of competitors to have competed at least a number of times and experience a number of different ways of doing things.
Yes.
So that you're not just understanding something from a theoretical level, but you're understanding it from a practical level. So that I can apply it in situations like yours, where I think under other circumstances, not necessarily you, but anybody going through that would go either, well, I'm either going to push through this and you make that worse, or I'm going to pull out of the show.
Yeah.
Not understand that the actual solution is just pull back a little bit.
Yeah. No, for sure. I was also angry at you, bro. Like, oh, he got me to this point.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
and I think, you know what, bro? I think even after that, I think I fucked myself up, and I have to put my hand up. And because of the IBFF show, and because of how lean I got, and because of my weight, I was like, I already know what I need to do in the off season. Yeah. So I was almost thinking past the show, and I'm thinking, I'm already like, dog, you need to grow, dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Yes.
Not locked in, but I'm.
You're already thinking about the future. You're thinking about the improvements.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, oh yes, we can do the show, but like, fuck, dude, I can't be stepping on stage at 69 kilos when my weight cap is 78. So I fucked myself up mentally there as well. Yeah. In terms of not looking at what's directly in front of me and focusing on that, and then focusing on what comes after that. You know?
Bro, I'm going to be honest, because I didn't tell you this, but I was not going to let you step away from the season without a win.
Oh yeah, no,
not a fucking chance.
Oh, bro, I would have done essays, bro.
Not a fucking, not a fucking chance.
I would have, if I didn't win that show, I would have done essays.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I would have done essays just to get something like under the belt, you know.
For me, from literally from our first conversation that we had, I was like, this is the kind of guy that doesn't know how good he actually is and doesn't know what his potential is. So it's not my job to make you exceptional, because you already are. It's my job to make you realize that you actually do have that potential. Yeah. And you need to fucking win a show. Yeah. In a good federation to know it. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not letting you step away from the season without winning a show.
Yeah, listen, getting that win under the belt was more relief than anything. You know,
and winning at PCA is not fucking easy.
Dude, it's not, guys, those guys are peeled.
Dude, that is a highly competitive federation.
Very competitive. There's no slouch, man.
And I've not paid much attention to it because I mean, in South Africa, I guess they're reasonably new. Yeah. New-ish,
yes.
And I guess because I didn't compete in it, and I didn't have any athletes come to me that were already PCA athletes. I didn't know much about it, so I'm not going to take somebody there. Yeah, no, for sure. And now having experienced it, I was like, well organized, well judged, and unbelievable quality. Yeah, unbelievable quality.
Yeah. I think it helped that I came in having done PCA shows already. Yes, you know, because I was like, dude, I'm doing PCA. I've got unfinished business. Yeah, you know, so I think that definitely helped, bro. But you know, that last push was definitely very difficult. I think, you know, having the group of friends that we had as well, I think everyone individually played their part in me getting through that point. Like, you know, seeing Han at the gym, for example, and just that one friendly hug.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, okay, I'm in now. Let's get it. You know, I don't think people realize how significant those moments are. You know,
Dude, they're massive.
they're
Like
massive, bro.
this
Everyone.
this group of people also did the
dude.
same thing for me in my prep.
Yeah.
Like I was running on fumes for a fucking long ass time.
Yeah, bro. And it's like,
And seeing you guys at the gym and seeing you guys at fucking music festivals and just having so many people that either know exactly what you're going through and, you know, will support you through it. And they're not like, you know, in other friendships, people don't understand it. So they're almost trying to, when you're feeling that way, they're like, oh, but just eat something. Oh, but just do that, you know?
yes, yeah.
This was
almost
just
throw
like
you off.
support of like,
Dude, you got this.
you got it.
You got this.
You got
bro.
it. You're right.
So it's like, yeah, no,
Do you want to fucking win? Let's fucking go, bro.
100%, bro. Like little moments, bro. Like seeing Han at the gym, you know, words of encouragement from Chris while I'm training.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, dude, you look, just carry on going.
Yeah.
You know, I think even in that last 2 weeks, you know, unfortunately, Danny was away from Pretoria. She was in Lesotho.
She was in that. She went to that company thing where she had to cross the river in that boat that was like leaking or some shit. When she told me that story, I was like, "What?"
And the guy was driving the boat with one arm.
Yeah. Oh, that. Yes.
Yeah, bro. You know,
Rowing the boat with one
rowing
arm.
the boat with one arm.
I'm like, Dad, were you just fucking going around in a circle, bro?
You know, and you know, obviously Danny was a rock throughout the whole thing, but like, you know, having such a good friend, a best friend in Tash as well. Me being able to go over to her place and chat to her mom, and you know, having a friend that understands your emotions.
Yes.
And not exactly what you're going through.
I was going to say she's a really good one because she doesn't even understand. She doesn't get bodybuilding.
She doesn't.
She doesn't get bodybuilding, so she can't. I mean, she knows bodybuilding, but she hasn't competed.
Yeah.
So she can't go, oh, I know where you're in right now, but she's still, she's not that friend that goes, oh, but just, you know,
just do this,
just do this and do this. She still supports you,
dude. I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. You're doing well. And sometimes it was also just, you know, living in a bachelor. Sometimes during a prep, it can cave in on you. You know. So having that place to go to, I mean, we always chilled on her mom's balcony, just overlooking the sunset. And yeah, I'm a sucker for sunsets, obviously. And just having that calming environment, and you know, just calming people that understand you, understand your emotions, not necessarily understanding what exactly that you're going through, but just letting you know that whatever I'm feeling is okay.
And it's actually, during prep, it's sometimes really nice to have those people that aren't in bodybuilding.
Yes.
So that you can
100%.
just talk about other shit.
Yes, 1000%. Like, she'll tell me about the work drama. And it's like, you know, for me, it's like, don't get me wrong. Now I'm joking. But like, just having a completely different storyline or conversation, you know, that's not related to fitness, that's not related to bodybuilding. You know, it was definitely so important. You know, so important. The messages from the gents, you know, to keep going. You know, every message helps. Every comment was just that extra boost of energy. So, like, dude, having the group, dude, it's because coming from doing things on my ace, you know, maybe I'll have whoever I was with at the time, or just completely being on my own. Coming from that and realizing the level I could get to with people around me, for me, it just solidified the importance of, number one, bodybuilding is a team sport. Your environment judges how well a prep can go, really. So I realized, I was like, dude, your environment and the circle you keep around you is so important.
Right, bro. Not just for bodybuilding,
but in life in general.
Everything in life, dude.
Everything in life.
Everything
in
in
general.
life.
So dude, I'm grateful for the people we had around me. And then, I mean, I think going into that show, that show I wasn't feeling good.
I know. I know.
I looked incredible, but like having that low day the day before, I had no energy, bro. Like I had no energy whatsoever. And then knowing how I felt at the IBFF show, I was like, why can't I just feel like that?
So it's difficult because I obviously knew what you were going through, and I knew that you weren't feeling good. But I also knew that you not feeling good doesn't dictate how good you're looking. And I also knew, and it was difficult to convey it at the time, where it's like, yes, the prep has been a contributing factor.
Yeah.
But the main thing that's different is that you've been dieting for longer, you're leaner, and you've had so much more stress that you're not aware of because you're interpreting this new job as positive, which it is.
Yes.
But stress physiologically isn't positive or negative.
Yeah.
It's just
stress.
hormone. Like, your body just recognizes increase in cortisol, increase in, epinephrine and adrenaline and all that kind of stuff. And whether you're subjectively experiencing that as positive or negative, it's still going to have the same outcomes physiologically.
100%.
So it was that difficulty of going, I know what I have to do here for you, and I know that it's not going to be easy, and I know that you're going to fucking hate me, but
I'll never hate you, bro.
In the moment you will. But I know that it's for the best as an athlete.
Yes.
It's for your best interest as an athlete.
It's for my own good as an athlete, And I think, as I said before, because of how close we were and us basically being family.
Yes.
You were the only person that could have gotten me to that point.
Yeah.
Because our closeness made me push to that point.
Yes.
Because I feel like
You trusted me enough to do it.
I trusted you enough to do it, not only because of how good you are as a coach, but also because as a homie, as my boy, as my bro, you've only got my best interest at heart. You're not gonna make me feel like shit on purpose.
Not a fucking chance. Of course not.
So yes, at the time I was like, fuck you, bro. And a lot of other words were coming out of my mouth. But I knew at the end of the day, I still did what I needed to do because I knew that we've got a goal. We got a goal to reach. But without you, I don't think.
And I needed to prove that to you.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, you can win.
Yeah.
At a big show in a competitive, like, you can win.
Yeah.
And I needed to prove that. So I was like, whatever. This is what I thought on the first time that I met you. I was like, I need to prove to this guy that he can do it. So whatever it was, a year and a bit later, when I was faced with that decision, I was like, I got to prove it to him.
Yeah.
I got to prove it to him.
Yeah.
So let's just make a pact now that during the next prep, there are not going to be any significant life changes.
No. Bro, lessons learned, man. Lessons learned, dog. Like honestly, I wouldn't take away the growth and the experience that I gained. Like, the growth I experienced during this prep was exponential. I don't think I've grown that much in that short space of time. Yes, I'm always someone that always strives for growth, but it's always, it's always incremental.
Yeah.
It's bit by bit, bit by bit. With everything going on, I have never grown. So the person I was at the beginning of the year to who I am now, I'm a completely different person. Completely different person. But in terms of having major life changes during a prep again, I'm good. It's a no from me.
Yeah, dude. I think any really, really good contest prep needs to be transformative in that way as well. Like my one as well. When the fuck was it? Was the year before last? Was it last year?
2024.
Jesus, bro. You see, like I'm fucked with time. But that also, it taught me that I can push through anything.
Yeah.
And still, like, I can be running on fumes, and I have the mental fortitude and the determination and the work ethic to still tick all the boxes and coach at a high level and fucking go out and party with my friends and have a good time and get my cardio and get shredded and do everything.
Yeah.
It showed me that I can do that, but it also showed me not to do that.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it was almost like proof in the pudding. You're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Is it a good decision? No. That was the starting point of me realizing I need to be a little bit more protective of my own energy and like
your
space
time.
and time and all that kind of stuff, because at some point you are going to reach breaking point and you're not going to be able to be doing all those things, and something's going to give.
Something's going to drop.
Yeah, something's going to drop, and
100%.
you don't want that.
100%. Yeah, no, dude. So for me, it was giving 100% in every moment, but also 100% in your fatigue management.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was a very, very valuable lesson to learn for you.
Yeah.
And I think it's one that can even carry over into what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Because
that first 6 weeks after the show, I just went through the gates sprinting.
well, not all of you guys, because Pet's obviously still in prep, and Wandy's like deep in off season.
Yeah.
But like you and Tians, there's a small separation of months between when he finished his competitive season and started his off season, and when you finished yours and started your off season, and you can see that there is like a huge amount of specificity in your training for like, this is what we're trying to bring up.
Yeah.
And with you, completely the opposite to him. It's a lot like lower body focused.
Yeah.
And the lower body focus is inherently so much more fatiguing.
Yes,
because you can lift more load, and they're just bigger bigger muscle groups.
Yeah.
So the balls to the wall, taking every set to failure and training at 25 sets per week, it's not going to be viable in the long term. If you really want to have that longevity where you're really making those improvements throughout the entirety of your off season, you need to know how to push hard enough, but not too much.
Yeah. I think me leaving for Kenya and having that break and knowing that break is coming, because I think maybe a week and a half before I left, I was hitting that brick wall in terms of, yo, dog, the 6 plates isn't moving like how it was moving on the hack anymore. 60 on the dumbbells. Hey, dog, it's a mission to get it up now. And realizing that and coming to terms with that, it's okay to take a break, dog. It's almost like for me taking a break, I'm like, I'm losing time. I'm losing time, I'm losing growth. But meanwhile, dude, I realized, yo, dog, we need to pull back. And I'm so glad you brought in that progression structure now as well, because number one, it keeps me focused on a goal, a tangible goal and a tangible pathway. I guess, and also the fatigue management, knowing that not every set has to go to failure. Not every session has to go to failure. Like I trained throughout, for example, I trained throughout the whole week this week. I trained all the way up to yesterday. Yesterday, I was fucking tired. I had only about 5 hours of sleep because I was doing my presentation and everything. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just go do my hammies and glutes session, because number one, I haven't trained hammies and glutes in a while. And I did that session so nicely because my RIR, because knowing very well I'm fatigued and tired, my RIR was like 4 or 5. And I dropped my weight by about 60%. And I just enjoyed the session. I just enjoyed it. Not balls to the walls, but, completely just contracting, focusing on the movement, focusing on actually feeling the muscles through the rep. Just having that session alone was like a good tick off, like, dog, this is how it should be done.
There's so many ways to skin a cat, and I think the way that you choose has to be based on the cat. And like I obviously when I first started getting coached by John Meadows, he was very like high volume, and then Luke and John were like a little bit kind of in the middle. And then when I went to Joe, that was obviously at a time where I was very fatigued. I was very under recovered. I wasn't sleeping well. There was a lot of stress, and he put me on like volume landmarks that were so low. I was like, I'm uncomfortable with this. This is like, and in that duration of time, I had like such awesome results. That I just realized, now I get it. There's not one way to do things. There's a whole bunch of way to do things, and this isn't right and this isn't wrong. It's just right or wrong depending on the context and depending on the individual. Like
100%.
there will be people like you and Tians, for example, and probably Pet and Wandy as well. if I tell you guys take every set to failure, you're gonna fucking take every set past failure.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be doing fucking partials and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whereas if there are going to be certain people where if I say take every set to 1 rep in reserve, they're going to leave 5 reps in reserve.
Yeah.
So I need to tell them take every set as close to failure as possible, and then I'll get them to 2 reps in reserve.
Nah, I get you, bro. I get you. I think also like watching Ruff and his prep.
Yes.
Doing like 2 working sets and still focusing on those sets and really connecting and still pushing heavy.
Yeah.
Still pushing relatively heavy, but you can see how slowly he's going through the movement. Everything is engaged. Whatever muscle group he's working, you can see it's targeted. Watching him throughout his Olympia prep was also like, dog, it doesn't always have to be Branch Warren, Johnny Jackson, Arlington, Texas type shit.
I think it shouldn't be, bro. I think that's a very old school way of doing things, and I think that it's that debate that like, and there's never going to be a resolution to it.
Yeah.
But like Ronnie Coleman, for example, greatest bodybuilder ever. Not necessarily my favorite physique, but greatest fucking bodybuilder ever. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can criticize the way that he trained, and people get upset about it because it's like, but he's the greatest ever, and it's like, yeah, but he could have potentially been 5% better, or he could have gone for longer.
Yeah.
If he had not trained in that way.
Or could have won 9 or 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
for sure.
We would never know.
We'd never
obviously.
know either way, yeah.
Yeah, we would never know.
Way. And as much as I love that sort of lifting, because I mean, by the time I was into it, into bodybuilding, that's what I was seeing on YouTube. You're seeing, Ronnie Coleman going at it, obviously, it's older videos. At the time when I started, Branch Warren had just retired, so his videos were becoming more of the Machiavelli. Like the way he was training.
Branch and Johnny Jackson, dude. Jesus.
I don't think I've seen people come towards that sort of intensity. Obviously, the form police can blow their sirens. Obviously, I'm not saying his form is correct or advisable, but just that intensity of just lifting heavy shit.
Yeah.
That I like that. I love.
That's what I love. Is like take that from them.
Yes.
Take the lesson of how to train fucking hard.
Yes.
But then look at guys like Terrence Ruffin.
Yes.
Look at guys like Keon. Look at guys like John Jewett, and I mean him as an athlete, him as a coach, and everyone that he coaches as how to implement the right technique and put those two together.
And almost like formulate your own almost training protocol.
Yeah.
How to go about your training.
Because not everyone is going to have the genetics of a Branch Warren or a Johnny Jackson in terms of their ability to build muscle, whatever the fuck they're doing, but also their ability to do that shit and not get injured all the fucking time.
Yeah, because I feel like anyone else gets injured.
Dude, sometimes, I mean, I watch some of those videos now, like the stuff that I used to watch when I was early 20s or whatever, and I was like, holy fuck, this actually scares me now.
I'm hurt for you.
I'm like, how are you not just rupturing every fucking spinal disc?
No, for sure.
Oh,
and I think
my God.
At that time, I mean, just onto the Branch thing, I think for him, maybe he needed to train like that to get to where he was.
Maybe.
Because I mean, he wasn't the most genetically gifted bodybuilder on the planet, in terms of his physique and his structure.
He was definitely not gifted in terms of his structure, but I think he could have trained anyway and just gotten fucking massive. To be fair,
100%.
I think he would have just gotten fucking massive no matter what he did.
Yeah,
but there would be nothing that he could do to make his physique pretty.
Yeah, no.
But that was why Branch Warren is fucking Branch Warren.
Yeah,
you didn't want a pretty physique.
Nah, he did. He knew. He knew where his strength lied. He definitely did, bro.
Yeah. What did you think? Sorry, just speaking about Terrence. What did you think about the Olympia?
The Olympia. Listen, I was quite surprised with his placing.
I was surprised too.
I was surprised, shocked, like, okay. I think when he even said it on a podcast on that Classic Physique Radio, and he was like, when they called out third, he was like, okay, is it Ramon or Mike?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, is it Ramon or Mike? Because, as much as Mike and And obviously it's quite different on the live stream. I feel like what the judges see time and time again.
You're 100% correct.
Time and time again is not what we are seeing on the live stream. I
Absolutely.
think even from that live stream, I thought Ruff did enough for the win. I thought that at the same time, I thought that whoever won, I wasn't going to be mad because it was so close. I feel like it was so close between all of them.
It should always be though.
It should always be.
But I just come back to the same thing, and I hate to harp on it, but the same thing with your placing at the IBFF show is it was so close, and there's so much positive things to say about all of them.
Yeah.
Because they all look fucking insane.
Yes.
And it was close, and it should be close. And
Yes.
that's you are going to be splitting hairs at that level.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he had everything.
Everything.
And the other guys had a lot of things.
Yes,
but not everything.
Not everything.
He had the condition. He has obviously the muscularity for his frame.
Yes.
But who on that stage is more fucking classic than Terence Ruffin? Are you joking?
I don't see it. The only person I think that's a threat to how classic Terence is was Niall. Was Niall Darwin.
Oh yeah, dude.
Niall Darwin, phenomenal physique, man.
Bro, if that guy doesn't one day ultimately win at the Mr. Olympia, I just don't know anything. I don't know anything because his physique is just the epitome for me of classic.
100%.
The epitome of classic.
100%, bro. 100%. So
When Pet was fanboying over him for so long now, I was just like, oh yeah.
yeah, I was also
And then obviously started paying a lot more attention like the last year, and I was just
Yes.
like, fuck, dude.
I'm like, damn, dog, you there, dog.
Yeah, no, he really is there, and you can see him standing against guys that are definitely bigger than him, and you can
Yes.
say, all right, cool, like
Still
you
holding his weight.
you can grow, but even when you're standing against somebody who's bigger than you, my eyes are still fucking going
Drawn
to
to
you.
you.
My eyes are still just drawn to you.
Beautiful structure, no homo. Beautiful structure, absolutely.
Just exceptional.
Exceptionally beautiful structure, bro.
I was blown away.
Yeah,
Actually.
dude. So I mean, besides Niall Darwin, I think in terms of being classic in that top 3, fuck, dude, Terence. And I think for the posing routine alone, they should have just dog. There, you won,
Dude,
dog.
that should. I kid you not. Apart from seeing you, Pet, and Tiens do your posing routines, that made me very emotional.
Yeah.
I've never seen a posing routine like on TV from some fucking athlete that I don't actually know in real life.
Yeah.
That's made me want to cry.
Yeah.
His made me want to cry. I was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
this is fucking beautiful.
It's just beautiful. And I think like even, dancers and ballerinas and that's them commenting on it being so polished and it's such a beautiful routine, man. For me, it's like what he brought overall as a balance.
just the entire thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Ruff. I think Ruff deserved to take that.
Because I'm just...
Even if it's by a point or half a point.
It's a really hard thing because I was reflecting on it and I was like, as his coach, what the fuck do you tell that guy to do to be better? The only thing you can tell him is get bigger.
Yeah.
But is that necessarily going to make him better?
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Obviously, you watch the review from Tyler Mannion and stuff, and he says he needs to bring his arms up and maybe get some more thickness in his back. But I think even if he didn't like win now, at least we know that going into next year, he's the only one that doesn't have to suck in deep to make weight. Weighing in at 180 or 182 pounds below your weight cap, and still relatively being comfortable coming into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Mike, death face, Ramon, death face, completely like, chiseled in and conditioned to the bone to make weight. Whereas you look at Ruff and you're like, yo, dog, he can still, his ceiling is a lot higher than the both of them.
I'm going to be super honest. I thought Ramon was actually third.
Yeah.
I thought Ramon was third.
I thought Ramon was third. I thought it was going to be between Mike and Ruff.
And that actually really, really surprised me because when I saw Ramon in person, which was the Olympia 2023?
23 or 22?
I think it was 23. It was the year that he actually, I don't want to say pushed C-Bum, but he placed second.
23, yeah.
And it was like, at least on the live stream and stuff like that, it looked the closest that it had been in some time. The closest Chris had any competition in a long time. And when I saw him in person, I was like, goddamn, this guy's really fucking top quality and super classic. And then this year when I saw him on stage with Terrence and Mike, I was like, he's still fucking sensational. Yeah. But I was just like, they're definitely more classic than he is.
Yeah.
He just seemed a little bit blockier and doesn't have that flow. Yeah. That particularly
the same flow.
Yeah, the same
almost
flow.
like in terms of him, he almost, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but with a lot of his poses, it almost looks like he forces the classic physique look.
Yes.
And it's like, with him, I see him going the Earth route. I feel like...
I really hope he does.
I see Ramon, dude, if he just allows himself to grow. Because I think from what I've heard, he barely trains in the off-season to not grow, to make weight.
That's my issue. That's my issue with the weight cap, because I'm like, you are like, guys are so set on being classic that what they're doing is they're actually just limiting their potential.
Yeah.
They're limiting their potential.
100%. 100%. So
like I much prefer Urs as an open bodybuilder than a classic athlete.
Same.
I'm like in classic, I was always like, yeah, you're all right.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, dude, now your fucking physique is shining. Now I see.
I see it.
Now I see it.
Even
okay.
On his side, I don't know who Ramon would remind me of if he had to push, if he had to push the envelope. But looking at Urs, I'm like looking at him. I'm like, Dorian, is that you?
Yes. You know? Fucking yes, bro.
I'm like, you guys are, it's such a similar mass monster physique, you know, and he brings the bubbliness. Like, yes, I feel like the detail that he had in classic, you know, it's not the same in the open. I think maybe he did, especially at the O, maybe did fill up a little bit too much. I wouldn't say he spilled, but, you know, I think he did try to play the size game. But
I'm sure, like moving into open, there's gonna be some playing around about like, how do we get your best look? Because it's going to be very, very different. Yeah. But I think his future is definitely brighter. In open for sure.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And he's only 27. 28.
Yeah,
bro. Imagine him at 32. Fuck.
Whereas you look at Terrence and you go, this is the definition of a classic physique.
100%.
This is the fucking definition.
100%.
You look at One Punch Naz, you're like, this is the definition
that's
of
classic.
A classic physique.
That's classic.
You know, I look at Ramon and I go, yeah, like you can definitely look classic.
Yes.
But you put on another 20 pounds of muscle, you're just going to be a fucking behemoth bodybuilder.
Exactly.
Still exceptional.
100%.
So yeah, 100%. I don't know. That bummed me out a little bit because, you know, that does set the precedent of other federations and even, you know, the NPC not necessarily aligning their judging decisions on what is, I think, fitting the criteria.
The criteria to a T.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you question? Do you feel like, in terms of them choosing the winner or deciding on the winner, do you feel like there is how do I put this? There is a consideration to what the winner would do for the sport and the growth for the sport going forward? Do you think that there's any sort of conversation around that? Do you think, you know, Dan Solomon is like, oh guys, if Ramon wins and takes the baton from Chris now, with how much bodybuilding is growing in Brazil and how loud they are and how big the audience is from there, is it a strategic decision to give it to him? Has he done enough to win and, you know, cement himself as the winner and an ambassador for the sport or for the category going forward?
So, I mean, I obviously don't know. All I can tell you is that as controversial as this is probably to say, if I were in that position, I would probably be having that conversation. Because at the end of the day, like it or fucking not, it's a business.
Yeah.
And like when a football team is signing a player, obviously they're going to want to sign a player that's going to make the team better and is going to fit what they need for their strategy and etc. But they also have to, especially if it's a big team, they have to be taken into consideration, okay, what is this going to do for shirt sales? What is this going to do for revenue? How many fans is this going to bring into
100%.
into our stadium?
100%.
You could have like, let's say, like Arsenal obviously signed Gyökeres, okay? There's that dude that Newcastle signed. What's his name? Nick, whatever.
Volta.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people were shitting on them for signing him to replace Isak.
Yeah.
But it looks like a pretty fucking solid replacement.
Solid, yeah.
But I'm sure it's not as though Arsenal or Man United didn't know of his existence.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if they're like, listen, but nobody knows this guy. Like a scout could probably look at them and go like, you know what though? But he's like maybe just as good as Gyökeres, or maybe he's even better.
Yeah.
But nobody already knows him. We're going to sign him. People aren't going to buy the shirts. They aren't going to come. In fact, they're going to complain and shit on us for signing an unknown.
Yeah.
So if it's happening in other sports, why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I have to be entirely fair and say, well, if I were in that position, I would be having that conversation.
100%.
I would be having that conversation.
For me, I'm looking at it as well, and I agree with you, because looking at how Samson carried himself as a champion over the last year, as the pre-Olympia champion. Looking how he carried himself and how much he grew the sport,
bro.
I think
what a fucking ambassador for the sport, bro.
Samson was top three Olympia champion, just in terms of what he did.
Yeah,
with his position, top 3, bro. I don't think it gets better.
And still competed as the reigning Olympia champion. Still competed in other shows.
Still the Arnolds.
What a fucking ambassador for the sport.
Did the guest posings, the traveling in between.
Day and night.